Well, viewers, in a shocking incident in the national capital, a 23-year-old Sahil Dhaneshra was killed in a crash on the 3rd of February involving a SUV. And the SUV was being driven by a minor who has now been granted interim bail. The victim's mother has made an emotional appeal for justice, even as the police register an FIR for rash driving and negligence.
इना साहिल दनेशरा की मदर, सिंगल पेरेंट। मैंने अपने बच्चे को 23 साल से एज ए सिंगल मदर पाला है और एक रईसजादे की स्कॉर्पियो जो कि स्पीड की रील और स्टंट मारने के लिए अपने घर से गाड़ी लेके निकले थे अनलाइसेंस्ड। उस लड़के को गाड़ी चलानी भी नहीं आती। ही वॉज अनलाइसेंस्ड ड्राइवर। उसने 3 फरवरी को मेरे मासूम बच्चे को अपनी गाड़ी से ऑन द स्पॉट उड़ा दिया। मेरे बच्चे को उड़ा दिया उसने। आई एम ए हेल्पलेस मदर अलोन। आई रिक्वेस्ट ऑल मीडिया and people of Dwarka to come forward to help me, please. I request, I beg as a mother, please save your children. Please save your children and help me also. Please come forward.
So this was the emotional appeal by the mother, and Times Now has accessed the post-mortem report, and this autopsy reveals some horrific injuries, exposing the extent of the trauma suffered in this collision. According to the report, there were multiple abrasions all over the body, a 15-centimeter grazed abdominal injury, and there was also forehead abrasion and injuries across the body. My colleague Priyank Tripathi has joins us on the broadcast with the details. Priyank, we heard the emotional appeal by the mother, and her son was killed by a boy who shouldn't even have been behind the wheels. He's a minor, and what's even more unfortunate is that within just 7 days, he has been granted bail.
Yes, Sati Pratibha, because the Motor Vehicle Act allows someone to get bail in this kind of scenario, and that too he was a juvenile, and that is very alarming thing. What Delhi police is saying that since the father is also liable for his action because he had provided the keys to the minor son, that's why he will be also charge-sheeted under the section 199A of the Motor Vehicle Act, which means that a major who actually owns a particular vehicle and the family member who has handed over the keys to a juvenile driver, that is also punishable offence. It's for the court now to decide that what sort of punishment can be given, and this thing was pretty commonly, prominently seen in the case of the civil lines case. We are at this location, and we would like to give a brief overview of what had happened. You can see this is a traffic location where the vehicles are coming from all the side, and what Delhi Police FIR also mentioned that the biker was coming around from this location from around 11:25 when all these the high-end vehicle, which was a Scorpio, which was at a very high speed, came at a very high speed, and then it hit the bike rider. There were buses also which were plying on this particular route, and he was probably behind the bus. And since this particular lane is not having two sections, like it's only one carriageway, that's why this thing could not have been averted, and unfortunately he died. The callers had made the call to the Delhi police team which reached to location. The basic fact why we are trying to highlight this story is not only because of the mother's pleading, mother's appeal on the social media. It is about the change in the Motor Vehicle Act, which is very much needed. In these kind of scenarios, we have seen quite a lot of time that the drivers get bail. You take any of the instances, the Motor Vehicle Act certainly allows the drivers to get bail in this kind of scenario, that too from the police station itself. But in this particular case, since the accused was a juvenile, initially the Delhi police has mentioned his age as 19 years because he was looking like 19 and he was looking like an adult. But when they had gone through the credentials of the accused, they found that he was a juvenile, and he was produced before the JJB, where he was given bail from the JJB itself. Now the father's culpability is also very important, because in this kind of case we have seen that the parents are slightly reluctant to accept this fact that the juvenile driver should not be given any kind of vehicle. What Delhi police is also mentioning, since the mother had claimed that the juveniles were making a reel. Yes, the sister was sitting right next to the accused, where the accused was on the wheels, and the sister was trying to film it while both the brother and sister were on the joyride, without realizing that that could be lethal for someone else. They drove at a very high speed, and that's how this accident happened.
Okay, what are the other details revealed by the police officials, Priyank? Because the mother has claimed that those within the car were making reels, and that is what led to the accident. And it was a speeding SUV, and he was not the only one who was hit. There was another parked vehicle as well that was hit in the accident.
Delhi police sources have been suggesting that yes, the sister who was sitting right next to, accused sister who was sitting right next to the driver, was recording this particular joyride of these two teenagers. But what Delhi police is saying that the culpability of the sister who was sitting right next to the juvenile driver does not come under any of the law cases. That's why they cannot be taking any kind of legal action against the sister, because she was recording this thing. But certainly the juvenile driver has been apprehended in conflict with the law. He was produced before the JJB. But the postmortem findings are very horrific, because that shows that multiple layers of the ribs, 4, 5, 6, 3 layers of the ribs were broken. There was a blood clotting which was found inside the body, and also hemorrhage, and there was left side skull which was totally smashed because of the kind of impact. Because here at this location, the vehicle was hit, and later on the bike rider flung in the air. And what FI also mentioned, that is on the basis of the eyewitness account, that one of the wheel of the bike flew in the air, and it was found a few meters away right here at this location.
Okay, all right, Priyank, thank you for joining us with all those details.